from the Bath Township Public Library, and you are watching Storytime Anytime. Before we get started reading our stories today, we are going to sing our hello song. And while we sing, we do 2 words in American Sign Language. The first word is hello. We're going to put our hand to the side of our head and lift it up and away, just like we're saluting. That's how we say hello in American Sign Language. The next word we're going to do is friends. You show me your 2 pointer fingers. They are best friends, and they are going to give each other hugs. We're going to sing the song 2 times. You ready? Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. One more time. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Great job, everybody. Well, it is October, so we are going to read some fun books today about pumpkins. Before we read our stories, we are going to do a fun pumpkin chant. So with this chant, we go pumpkins, pumpkins, pumpkins. Can you do that with me? Go pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. Ready? Pumpkin, 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 bread. Can you make a piece of bread with your hands? Pumpkin, 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 head. Where's your head? Sometimes they use pumpkins to do the heads of scarecrows, don't they? Pumpkin, 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 cake. A great big tall piece of cake. Can you take a bite of your cake? Oh, yummy. Pumpkin, 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 shake. Can you shake your hands? Pumpkin, 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 pie. You put your hands out way in front of you. We have a big round pie. Is there whipped cream on your pie? Piled super high. Pumpkin, 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 eyes. Maybe you're going to carve some spooky eyes into a pumpkin for a jack-o'-lantern. Pumpkin, 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 stew. Can you pretend you are stirring a great big pot of pumpkin stew? Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. Boo! Is that a scary jack-o'-lantern face? Can we do the chant again? Now that you know it, here we go. Pumpkin, 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 bread. Make your bread. Pumpkin, 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 head. Pumpkin, 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 cake. Pumpkin, 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 shake. Pumpkin, 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 pie. Make your big round pie with all the whipped cream on top. Pumpkin, 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 eyes. Pumpkin, 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 stew. Pumpkin, 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 boo! Are you ready to read some stories about pumpkins now? Our first story is called Amaras Farm, and this is written by Janae Brown Wood. It's illustrated by Samara Hardy, and this is published by Peachtree. This is a great new book that we got at the library just recently, and it's a wonderful book for preschoolers learning how to compare and contrast. Also has lots of different fruits and vegetables that you might not be familiar with. So we're going to have lots of fun learning about them. So there is Amara on her farm. She's riding a red tractor, and she's got a dog with her. Can you guess what season it is on Amara's farm? I see some orange and yellow leaves and apples, and pumpkins. So it's definitely not winter. I don't think it's summer or spring. What does that leave? You're right, it's autumn or fall. That's when the leaves change color. And when we go to apple orchards and pumpkin farms. It's my favorite time of year. Amara has many plants on her farm. Today, Aunt Amara must find her pumpkins for her autumn potluck. What do we know about pumpkins? What do you know about pumpkins? A pumpkin is large and round and often orange, and it has a thick shell. It grows on vines and has a hard stem at the top, and its mostly hollow center has orange pulp and squishy innards and many seeds. You see the pumpkin seeds? I like to toast pumpkin seeds. They're delicious. Let's help Amara find her pumpkins. A pumpkin is large and round. Is that a pumpkin? Do you think that's a pumpkin? It is round. That's an apple. An apple is round, but not large or orange like a pumpkin. A pumpkin is often orange with lined ribs. Is that a pumpkin? No, that's a persimmon. A persimmon is orange, but it has a smooth, waxy skin and no ribs. A pumpkin has a thick and solid shell. Is that a pumpkin? What is she holding? These grow underground. That's a potato. A potato is solid, but it has a thin skin. Do you see she's peeling it? Instead of a thick shell. A pumpkin grows on the ground among leaves and along a vine. Is that a pumpkin? Do you know what that is? No, it's not orange, and it's not on a vine. That's cauliflower. Cauliflower grows on the ground, but it sprouts from the middle of its leaves and not along a vine. A pumpkin has a hard stem that pokes upward from the top of its shell. Is that a pumpkin? No, that's an eggplant. Eggplant stems poke upward, but they also have leafy bottoms that hang downward. A pumpkin has one mostly hollow center. Is this a pumpkin? Do you know what that is? That might be a vegetable that you are not familiar with. That's okra. Okra is hollow, but it has many hollow spots throughout, not one large opening in the middle. A pumpkin has firm orange pulp. Is that a pumpkin? No, that's a kumquat. Kumquat pulp is orange, but it's juicy and soft and not firm. A pumpkin has squishy innards with long, stringy fibers. Is that a pumpkin? Do you know what that one is? That's a fig. A fig does have squishy innards, but no long, stringy fibers. A pumpkin has many seeds with white shells. Is that a pumpkin? This is one of my favorite fruits. That's a kiwi. A kiwi has many seeds inside, but kiwi seeds are black and not white. They're also very tiny, aren't they? Amara's potluck won't be complete without her pumpkins. We've searched and searched and still no luck. Where can they be? Are those pumpkins? Do you see any pumpkins? Why, yes, those are pumpkins. They are large, round, and orange with thick shells. They grow along a vine and have hard stems that poke upward. And they each have a hollow center, an orange pulp, squishy innards, and many seeds. Hooray! We found pumpkins. And just in time for some bountiful snacks. Which produce can you find at Amara's potluck? Can you see the different fruits and vegetables that we saw while looking for pumpkins? There's the figs and okra, kumquats. There's the cauliflower, potatoes, and kiwi. And there is our persimmons and apples. That looks like a very fun and tasty potluck, doesn't it? Oh, I forgot. There's our eggplant. It looks like they grilled it. Grilled eggplant is the best. And if you want to check out this book from the library, it shows a recipe to make the molasses pumpkin bread. Did you see the bread at her potluck? Right there. So if you want to try to make that bread on your own, you can check out this book and follow the recipe. It sounds really yummy. The end. Our next story is called Mr. Murray and Thumpkin. This is written by Karma Wilson and illustrated by Ard Hoyt, and this is published by Little Brown and Company. This is an older story, but one that I love to read every fall. It's based on the old Aesop fable of the ant and the grasshopper, which is a story about two friends, one that likes to work very hard and always get their chores done, and one that is a little bit lazy. Once there was a furry mouse, a skitter, scatter, scurry mouse, a flurry, bout in a hurry mouse, whose name was Mr. Murray Mouse. He lived alone in an old teapot, and Mr. Murray worried a lot. Are the days too short? Are the nights too cold? Is my tail too long? Are my teeth too old? He worried away each and every day. Then, next door, there moved another mouse into a pretty pumpkin house, a carefree country bumpkin mouse who went by the name of Thumpkin Mouse. A pumpkin seems like an odd house to live in, doesn't it? Thumpkin lay around all day, just gnawing on a stalk of hay. He sang, diddle-dee and fiddle-dee-ho, I got no worries, oh no, no, no. And so he frittered away each and every day. There's the inside of his pumpkin house. It would be very squishy and wet inside a pumpkin. Now, Mr. Murray worried some more about that new mouse living next door. His home is a shambles. The structure is poor. I have never seen such confusion before. Then Mr. Murray, the neighborly sort, took over a tasty raspberry tort. My name's Mr. Murray. I've brought you a treat. Howdy, I'm Thumpkin. Come in, take a seat. He's roasting some pumpkin seeds over a fire. Mr. Murray said, Thumpkin, have you ever thought that this old pumpkin house is certain to rot? Thumpkin just chuckled. Oh no, surely not. You know, Mr. Murray, you worry a lot. Mr. Murray does worry a lot, doesn't he? Mr. Murray said, no, I'm a practical mouse, and a pumpkin is quite an impractical house. And now I should go. My chores will not keep. I've windows to caulk and a chimney to sweep. Then he muttered, good day, and set off on his way. The next afternoon, Mr. Murray stepped out. I've much that needs doing, of that there's no doubt. I'll rake and I'll mulch and I'll scour the grout. And then he saw Thumpkin just lounging about. He lay in his yard and admired his weeds. He munched and he crunched upon fat pumpkin seeds. Mr. Murray, sit down. It's a fine autumn day. Mr. Murray said, oh no, but there's snow on the way. A sensible mouse would move out of that house. Thumpkin just laughed. You sure fret and such. If I stubbed my toe, you'd offer a crutch. So what if my rooftop is sagging a touch? You know, Mr. Murray, you worry too much. While you fuss and fume, I'm gonna bake. I hanker to whip up a sweet pumpkin cake. Mr. Murray looked troubled. I have to advise that serving your house for dessert is unwise. He grumbled as Thumpkin sliced into his pumpkin. Oh, he's just going to cut in a part of the house and eat it. Probably not a good idea to have holes in your house, is it? After 3 weeks and blew the first snow, Mr. Murray cried, Thumpkin, your roof looks so low. I just love, said Thumpkin, a good storm, you know. Relax, Mr. Murray. You do worry so. But Thumpkin's poor house continued to sag, and still Mr. Murray continued to nag. Perhaps we could save it. We'll shore up the side. We'll shingle the roof. Do something, he cried. What do you think is going to happen to that pumpkin house? Then a creak and a crash and a deafening smash. There it all caved in, didn't it? And all Mr. Murray's worries came true. The 2 neighbors watched as that roof fell right through. Mr. Murray cried, now what on earth will you do? Thumpkin said, lie back and take in the view. I've always been keen on a breath of fresh air. The breeze is refreshing and ruffles my hair. I got half a house. I ain't needing more. But Murray said, yes, but what's left is all floor. Ah, Mr. Murray, said Thumpkin, don't worry. That night, all alone in his cozy teapot, poor Mr. Murray, he worried a lot. He wrinkled his brow and paced while he thought, will Thumpkin freeze solid? Well, how could he not? Out in that snow, he'll chill through and through. Hold on a minute. I know what I'll do. So he bundled up warmly and scurried next door. My teapot, dear Thumpkin, has room for one more. Thumpkin said, really? It is a mite chilly. Yeah, having a house without a roof in the winter is probably not a good idea. And so the 2 friends settled in for the night. They made up their beds and they snuggled down tight. Mr. Murray said, Thumpkin, I'm worried all right. I've food for just one. What a horrible plight. Ah, Mr. Murray, said Thumpkin, don't fear. We got half my pumpkin. We'll eat it all year. That's a good plan. And so Mr. Murray, who worried too much, and Thumpkin, who worried too little, lived out their days in a cozy teapot and met somewhere right in the middle. And they planted quite the pumpkin patch, didn't they? So maybe sometimes it's good to worry a little bit, but it's also important to play and have fun. Our last story today is called It's Pumpkin Time. This is written by Zoe Hall and illustrated by Sherry Halpern, and this is published by Scholastic. All summer long, my brother and I get ready for our favorite holiday. Can you guess what it is? What do you think it is based on the picture? Halloween. You're right. And can you guess what we do to get ready? They have seeds and a great big patch of dirt. What do you think they're going to do? We plant a jack-o'-lantern patch. First, I turn the soil with the shovel. Can you pretend to turn the soil with a shovel? And then my brother uses the spade to dig narrow rows. We're going to dig a little row, and we're going to drop in the seeds one at a time. Then we cover the seeds up with the dirt. Can you pretend to do that? Then we water them. Can you get out a watering can and pretend to water? And we wait for the sun to warm them up. Can you make a great big sun over the top of your head with your arms? Before long, the seeds grow tiny roots and small green shoots poke up out of the ground. Can we count the shoots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The shoots grow into vines, and the vines grow longer and longer. And every week we water them. Can you get out your watering can and pretend to water them again? And pull up lots of weeds. Pull up those weeds. Soon we see buds where flowers will bloom. What color are the flowers? The yellow flowers will show us where our pumpkins will grow. At first, the pumpkins are what color? They're green and tiny. But they grow bigger. Can you start small and pretend to grow bigger and bigger and bigger with your arms? And bigger. What color are they now? They're not green anymore. They're starting to turn another color. Soon it is fall, and our great big pumpkins change color from green to yellow to orange. Now they are ready to be picked. We have never grown such big pumpkins. Mom and Dad help us cut the pumpkins from the vines, and we gather them in a wheelbarrow and take them home. It's Halloween at last. We draw faces on our pumpkins, and Mom and Dad help us cut them, hollow them out, and light candles inside. Now they are jack-o'-lanterns. This one is my favorite. It looks like their dog, doesn't it? Can you guess what we do next? What do you think they're going to do next? We put on our costumes. It's time to trick or treat. Even their dog is getting a costume. Happy Halloween! There are their jack-o'-lanterns. And there they're going trick-or-treating. It looks like he's a ghost. And she's a cat. And the dog has a cape like a superhero. What are you going to be for Halloween this year? And are you going to make a jack-o'-lantern? The end. So we are going to do a fun action rhyme, and this may be one that you are familiar with. This is called 5 Little Pumpkins. Can you show me 5 fingers? All right. So there we have our 5 pumpkins, and they are going to sit on a gate. So you're going to put your arm up and put your pumpkins on your gate. Good job. Here we go. 5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. The first one said, can you show me one finger? Oh my, it's getting late. Can you pretend to check your watch? It's getting late. The second pumpkin said, show me 2 fingers. There are witches in the air. We are going to make a pointy witch's hat on top of our head. There's our witch's hat. It looks like a triangle, and you're going to put it on top of your head. The third pumpkin said, show me 3 fingers. 1, 2, 3. But we don't care. The fourth pumpkin said, do you have 4 fingers? Let's run and run and run. Can you run? The fifth pumpkin said, show me all 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's time for Halloween fun. Hooray! What is something you like to do on Halloween? Do you like to go trick-or-treating? Maybe we can pretend to knock on a door and hold out our bag and say, trick-or-treat! That's Halloween fun, isn't it? Then, woo, went the wind. Can you make a scary wind? Woo! And out went the lights! And 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight. Great job, everybody. Well, story time is almost over. All we have left to do is to sing our goodbye song, which is a lot like our hello song. Instead of signing and singing hello, we're going to sign and sing goodbye, just like that. Do you remember friends? Our 2 pointer fingers are best friends and are going to give each other hugs. Here we go. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Sing one more time. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching Storytime Anytime. Be sure to hit subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow the Bath Township Public Library on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Have a good day.